Welcome, Corey Quinn here. You've tuned in to a bonus episode of the Deep Specialization Podcast. For a limited time, every week, we're releasing a chapter of my new book, Anyone, Not Everyone, a proven system to escape founder-led sales. This is in addition to the weekly episode that we release every Wednesday. In case you don't know me, I'm a 17-year veteran of the agency space. I was recently the chief marketing officer at an agency called Scorpion. While there, we grew revenue from 20 million to 150 million. We also grew the sales team from 6 people to 100. We grew the company from 100 people to 1,000, and we grew the number of clients from 1,000 to 14,000. My passion is helping agency owners simplify their marketing and escape founder-led sales by becoming a vertical market specialist. I wrote this book because through my experience in scaling Scorpion and also working with my agency owner clients and interviewing many more on my podcast, this very podcast you're listening to, I've seen the awesome power of specializing in a vertical market can have in scaling. By listening to the book, I hope you embrace and deploy the strategies and tactics I share. If you want to get the full audiobook for free, you can go to anyonenoteveryone.com. That's anyonenoteveryone.com. It's available today. Now onto the episode. Deep Specialization, Step 4, Plan Your Campaigns. Chapter 11, Vertical Sales and Marketing Strategies. The essence of strategy is choosing what not to do. Michael Porter, creator of Porter's 5 Forces Framework. Congratulations, you've made it through the critical steps that so many others skip over. Let's review where we're at. You've chosen a target vertical, researched your buyers and competitors, and developed your differentiated positioning and point of view. Now you're armed with everything you need to deploy marketing strategies that connect deeply with your vertical buyer and communicate that you are a deep specialist in their world. There are 3 categories of sales and marketing activities for generating new clients in any vertical market. Number 1, inbound marketing. Number 2, outbound sales and marketing. And number 3, relationship marketing. I'll give you a brief overview of each, but first let's review the first 2 stages of the active buying process. And in the book, there's a graphic that says 6 stages of the active buying process. First stage is need recognition. Second stage is information gathering. Third stage is evaluation. Fourth stage is proposal. Fifth stage is negotiation. And sixth stage is purchase. The first stage, need recognition, happens when your vertical buyer has decided to make a change and starts seriously shopping around for an alternative agency. This typically happens when the company realizes the pain of continuing to do the same thing is greater than the pain of making a change. Less frequently, this can be initiated by a well-executed outbound campaign. More on this in Chapter 14. The second stage of the buying process, called information gathering, as the name suggests, is when your vertical buyer is educating themselves on the options available to solve their marketing problem. They'll build a list of agencies for further evaluation. Putting your brand message and offer in front of your vertical buyer during these 2 stages gives you an opportunity to be found, shape your buyer's perceptions, and influence who they partner with. Your vertical buyers will only seriously shop a small handful of agencies, 3 to 5 at most. If you're not one of the agencies on the short list, the chances of your vertical buyer hiring you is pretty much 0. Let's talk about the 3 types of marketing and how they can help you to get on the short list. Inbound marketing. A useful definition for inbound marketing is putting your brand message and offer in front of your vertical buyers when they're in the early stages of the active buying process. Building a business on inbounds alone is great in concept, but in practice, most agencies struggle with generating inbound leads consistently. That's in part because a very small fraction of your vertical market is in the active buying process at any one time. Research from the B2B Institute at LinkedIn shows that as little as 5% of your market are actively buying in a quarter. Let's say your vertical's total addressable market, or TAM, is 1,000 businesses. At any one point, only 5% of them, or 50 buyers, are actively in the market. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that there are 20 companies that are competitive with yours. Logically, that means you would close 2.5 of the active buyers as new clients, or 50 opportunities divided by 20 competitors equals 2.5. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works. What actually happens is that one agency in your category is the dominant player, also known as the category king or queen, and they will get a disproportionate number of new clients, up to 76% of the new business. What this means for you, assuming that you're not the category king or queen, is you have to fight over the remaining 24% of the buyers looking for an agency. Here's what the math looks like. Total addressable market, 1,000 businesses. Number in active buying process, 50 or 5% of the total addressable market. Portion that go to the category kings or queens, 38, which is the equivalent of 76% of them. The remaining count of buyers for all of the other agencies, 19, including yours, to win is 12. The number of new clients your agency ends up winning, 1 or 2 at best. Looking at it from this perspective, unless you're already the category king or queen, inbounds will contribute to your growth, but it will be slow going. Outbound sales and marketing. If a vertical buyer reaches out to you in the active buying process, they're likely in the information gathering stage and already considering other agencies. If you want to skip the headache of RFPs or requests for proposal, pitching, and dog and pony shows, you need to make sure your vertical buyers know your agency and what makes you different before they start shopping. This is where outbound sales and marketing come into play. Outbound sales and marketing is the most powerful, yet least understood and most underused client acquisition strategy used by agencies today. Most people associate outbound sales with cold calls, rapid rejection, and pathetic performance. That's because, for most, it is. The good news is that you can generate plenty of new clients out of the other 95% of the target market, the ones who are not actively buying. When you combine outbound sales with some of the principles I'm going to share with you in Chapter 14, you'll see surprising results. Deep specialization pro tip. Most agencies take a shotgun approach to outbound sales and marketing, hoping to hit something. Effective outbound requires more of a sniper approach. Relationship marketing. Relationship can sound like an odd word in the context of marketing. But relationship marketing is the strategic cultivation of genuine person-to-person connections with influential individuals and natural social networks in your vertical market. Most vertical buyers discover their next agency from their social network. Therefore, your aim in marketing is to raise awareness, trust, and credibility of your agency within their social networks. Author and consultant Philip Morgan says, "The ideas we're familiar with, digital marketing, content marketing, and so forth, become methods by which we can pursue the number one goal of network expansion and enrichment. They are not and never were strategic goals or standalone systems that completely address our needs." In other words, your inbound and outbound sales and marketing strategies are simply ways to connect with and build relationships with your buyers. However, you don't need to rely solely on inbound and outbound sales and marketing strategies to generate new clients in your vertical market. You can deploy strategic relationship building campaigns that accelerate awareness, trust, and credibility of your agency. We'll cover those in depth in Chapter 15. In the next chapter, we'll zero in on the vertical specific sales and marketing materials you'll need to be successful. Chapter takeaways. The buying process has 6 stages, with the first 2, need recognition and information gathering, being crucial for agencies to focus on. Agencies need to be one of the 3 to 5 options considered to buyers to have a real chance at being hired. While fruitful in theory, many agencies struggle to generate consistent inbound leads. Outbound sales and marketing is a powerful strategy that's often underused or misunderstood. Beyond cold calls, it taps into the larger market not actively buying. Precision, not breadth, is its key for effectiveness. Most agency hires come through personal recommendations or networks. Relationships matter. Hey, Corey here. I hope you enjoyed that chapter of my book, Anyone, Not Everyone. If you want to get the full audiobook for free, you could do so right now by going to anyoneNotEveryone.com. That's anyoneNotEveryone.com.